welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to studio. Tonight is our Wednesday update video, and if you've seen on our Instagram and or Facebook, we got the Dune Master built. This was a very smooth build. This is basically a race buggy, just been dumbed down a little bit with some plastic stuff. Went together really smooth. A lot of shims and stuff. You have to measure your washers and stuff. Everything's plastic, but very cool car. We used a EcoPower servo. I believe it is a ECP 115T. I've used this servo in the past in a couple of my on-road cars, like we ran Vortex on like a spec class. Really good servo, but the wires that come out of the servo come out kind of an odd position. They're a little bit further forward than most servos. We did have to modify the servo mount, and there's a picture of it. This had to make a little clearance so we didn't pinch the wires off. And other than that, it's a good low profile, pretty strong servo, pretty quick. Plenty fast for a two-wheel drive buggy, especially for something like this that we're basically going to just be like a basher. We do have the motor, speed controller, receiver to install. Again, we're running the 120 amp hobby wing, and then we're going to put a 13.5 in it, so it ought to be pretty spicy. I'm going to trim the body out tonight. We're not going to get any paint on it yet. I got a special theme for this one. We also have a different set of wheels and tires that I'm still working on for this. I really like these stock wheels, but Eric, the owner, we're going to try something different, and let's stay tuned for that. That will be probably next week. Other than that, that's about all that's going on in this part of the studio. Let's head out there. We got a couple of updates. We got some equipment in the shop, and we got some sand car updates. All right, guys, update on the sand car, and thanks again to my buddy Brian for printing us out this massive car stand, because we need it for this big thing here. I think it goes this way. Yeah. I'm not sure who sells this file or has this file, but it's made for X-Max, and it fits and holds this car good, and it has a rotatable table there. All right, we bought all of the light kits. The light kits are sold individually. You get shock lights, you get the underglow, which is basically replaces your Nerf bars. There's your original, and the one with underglow has a built-in light, an LED light, and you get them color coordinated. We got green, of course, and we got the body lights. The main light kit, or the I guess the biggest one, would be the one for the body. The one for the body has the headlight, fog lights, and your tail light under the roof here. You got to do some disassembly on the body. You have to route in cables, and you have to, well, this is the power supply for the whip lights that come with the kit. Well, it come with the car originally. You do have to put in a light controller in the car, and then the shock lights are also a separate, it's like an accessory supply. It knocks it down to 3 volts, I guess. The instructions are okay. I tried to make an installation video, and I was fumbling around and looking like an idiot. So I gave up on trying to make an installation video. The instructions are pretty good. They just don't give you a specific like wire routing. You have to do your own wire tuck, and we've still got quite a bit of a mess in here. It's relatively clean compared to what it did look like. Let me move the camera over so you can see my mess. All right, hard to get a good angle of this thing, get the whole car in the picture. It's so big. Now, anyways, the shock lights are 4 little pods. They have little squares with 4 LEDs in each one. It comes with a bracket to put on the shock. And if you notice, I removed the reservoirs. I just didn't like the way they looked. Yeah, it added scale appearance, but I thought they looked a little cheesy, and they're a little bit bulky on the back. And from people I've seen that really jumping these things kind of crazy, which we don't plan on doing. When they land hard, they could possibly just crack the little ring that holds the reservoir on. And I just proceeded to take all mine off. I think it looks better without it. And but anyways, we got a ring here. You can't see it there, but there's that second little ring at the top. Not this one. That's the one that held the reservoir on. But just a little clip ring. It's a light mount, so you got 4 lights. Again, super thin wires. There's no holes in the chassis to route them. They don't unplug. They only have one little JST plug towards the front here, and you have to kind of route it and hide it. I'm going to get some, try to get some really small wire loom. You don't see any of this with the body on, obviously, but I want to get some wire loom just to make it a little prettier. It's not in danger of touching anything. It just looks a little scary because the wire is so thin and there's so much of it. Same with the side pods. You got wires exposed here. There's no hole in the chassis. I didn't drill a hole to try to route a wire in. That's your whip lights that come in the factory. Yeah, other than the kind of exposed wires that maybe, if I really looked into it, we could possibly drill some holes somewhere and route it a little bit better. And but other than that, it took us a minute, probably about 3 hours worth. I left the camera running for like an hour and a half, and I was just over here about to cuss this thing out, but I finally got it to work. You should be able to control that through your Bluetooth module on your radio, and it's supposed to recognize this little power source, or this little, I guess the brains of the light system, but for some reason mine wasn't picking up on Bluetooth. But we did get it to work. And I don't know all the modes, so don't ask me a lot of questions because I don't know. I'm just glad I got it to work. So we're going to power it up. We'll show you with all the lights on. First time I powered this car up was just the other night, just to get these wires and lights in. We don't have charged batteries. We're just running off of the batteries in storage mode. It's enough voltage to turn them on and light it up. So let's throw the body on. All right, guys, let's try out the lights here. Again, I don't have Traxxas batteries. I got the SMC 5800s. We'll turn the radio on. We got it on. Always make sure your transmitter's on first. Power up the car. We've got 2 plugs to plug in. We've got our main wiring harness here. And then we have our, which I might be doing something wrong, but it works for me. We got our whip lights on the individual plug here. And the body fits a little better with the battery straps down. We're just trying to mock this up for y'all to see this thing at night. Yeah, the battery straps are holding it up a little bit. But bam! Let's hit the lights and check it out in the dark. And kapowie! This is the only light in the shop is on is this car. I think we're not going to have a problem seeing this thing at night on the beach or early in the morning when there's no people, because we're going to be very conscious of that. I did a little research. We're in North Carolina, and there is actually the largest sand dune on the East Coast off the Outer Banks of North Carolina. It is a state park. We may go out there and try that sometime soon in the next month or so. We've got a family vacation coming up in the next couple weeks, which I don't know if I can get out there during that vacation time because we will be in the area. But Jockey's Ridge, if you hadn't heard of it, look it up. It's pretty cool. It's got like an 80-foot, well, it changes all the time. It was as high as like 150 foot at one time. I think right now the sand dune is like 75 feet tall. People do hang gliding off of it and all kinds of stuff. But enough about that. Some of the features of the lights, I don't know what the other programming does. I have to look into that more. Should have done more research before I show you a video of it. But we got the tail light, and it's like a brake light and a reverse light. There's your brakes, and then you got to pause because it has the smart brakes. It's got the disc brakes in the front, and that way you don't drag your front brakes going reverse. You got a backup light. So very cool kit. Again, there's 3 different kits. The whips come with the car. They are spring loaded if you hadn't seen any videos on this car yet. But yeah, it's pretty awesome. I can't wait to get it on the sand. All right, if you didn't know, some of these large scale, well, I guess all of them, the large scale Traxxas cars, they've updated the firmware on the speed controller. So it basically disabled the off switch. You have to turn it on by hitting the switch, but as far as turning it off, they want you to unplug the battery, which is a smart thing for safety purposes. That way you don't forget and leave these batteries plugged in. You don't want to leave any LiPos plugged in, and especially 8S. That's a lot of power sitting here, and if your batteries get squirrely, it could cause some damage and or fire. So anyway, looking forward to running this thing in the next few weeks. I hope we can get out there to the sand dunes. Again, I think we'd have to go out there pretty early to avoid being around. I mean, it's an open public park, but we don't want to be out there and risk hurting somebody with this thing, because it's pretty big and pretty quick. And same deal, if I do manage to take it with me on vacation in a couple weeks, we'll be out there at sunrise to run it, so we can keep to ourselves somewhat. We are going before Memorial Day, so maybe there won't be a big crowd. But I guess the last thing I got to do to this car is I want to get some wire looms, tidy up the wires, and Traxxas recommends you adjusting the brakes. When they come from the factory, they're a little bit tight already. A couple guys I've seen running them, when it starts riding a wheelie, the front tires will stop rolling, so you can see right there the brakes are somewhat engaged. I'm sure that's going to be an ongoing thing where you adjust it as it wears. The rotor just floats, and the brake caliper is locked. It's just cable driven, and they give you a little note in the instructions to turn these turnbuckles off about 3 turns. That way you loosen the tension on the cables, and then I imagine as it wears, you can tighten it back up. But yeah, can't wait to run this thing. Over here we got new equipment. Let's go check it out. All right, guys, welcome to the latest section of the shop. I need to put some sheetrock or something over this nasty old insulation, but anyways, we finally got a paint extractor. It's not just a paint extractor. We are also going to attempt to do some powder coating. I got the Eastwood kit. I've watched a couple videos, got some reviews. This one versus the Harbor Freight and all that. Seems to be a good DIY powder coat kit. We do have an oven for it. The first couple things, we got an RC10T2 chassis that I've been restoring, that you may have seen earlier video. We've got it sanded. I want to do my four-wheel drive RC10 before I build it. Thankfully, everybody's got all their videos out there of that car and all the struggles they went through, so I kind of know what I'm looking forward to and how to avoid some of the issues that other people's had building it. But we want to do the chassis first and make it unique. And we got an RC10T or RC10 GT, the T2, GT2, converted to electric. Well, we had the conversion kit. I want to do that chassis because it's an older truck and it's beat up. A buddy at work has a Traxxas chassis he wants to get done, and our buddy Chris has got a couple of chassis he wants to get done. He's got some themes that he wants to go with. It sounds pretty awesome. We got the basic colors. We got it's like a semi-gloss black. I got a buddy at work that I've got to, I'm going to try this out on some motorcycle hubs. Our oven's big enough for maybe a valve, not even a valve cover. We could fit a motorcycle part. We could fit an RC10 chassis in it. It's probably an oversized toaster oven. We got the, of course, gloss white. And we need gloss white for the colors that we picked for our RC10 chassis. And, of course, kapowie. We got our neon pink, neon yellow. The pink and the yellows are like paint. You have to do it like a tri-coat. Unlike painting a body where you have to put your neon on, back it with white. Same deal here. You have to get the chassis powder coated white. And from what I understand, to do a 3-stage powder coat, that I need to cut the bake cycle just a little bit short, and then come back and hit this, and then go through a full bake cycle. So no powder coating yet. As you can see, our table's still clean. This little paint booth came with the powder coat setup along with the oven, and we're going to try it. I paint cars for a living. This seems to be the next, basically the same thing. It is electrostatic, so the chassis, I'm assuming all the aluminum or metal has to be raw so we can ground it out. And I'm sure it's going to make a mess, but as long as we're doing the static thing, maybe it collects it. I don't know. We're about to find out. So hopefully next week, this time next week, we should have a blasting cabinet, and we're going to have a cabinet over in the corner. We got to rearrange the shelf over there that's got some stuff that I don't ever use. So we're going to put a blasting cabinet on the other side. We got our airbrush station over there, powder coat over here, Studio A right here, Studio B out there. So we are fully functional. So stay tuned for some powder coat videos. I'm going to do the first one pretty much first try. So we'll see what happens. We'll make a mess. So if we learn something, we'll learn as we go, just like anything. All right, guys, that's a wrap for tonight's video. Appreciate you watching. We got the body on the Dune Master while we weren't recording there. We got a pretty iconic paint scheme in mind for this one. It may or may not be Sunday's video. I'm not sure yet. Hit that subscribe button to follow along. If you hadn't seen our last paint video, go check it out. This will probably be the last video with the sand car in it until we run it. I don't foresee any major changes anytime soon. I don't think they have a body available yet, a clear body. And to be honest, I'm not looking forward to taking this thing apart, because after wiring all them lights and all the controllers and all that has to come right back out to put a new body on it. So we will have a body as soon as they're available, and that will be a featured video. But until then, this is probably the last time you'll see it, other than in the background, until we run it. And hopefully we'll be running it on the beach in about 2 weeks. All right, we do have a few more things to put on the whiteboard, but we'll leave that off until next week. We got a few more updates and some projects coming in, so tune in for that. But anyways, until then, hit that like, subscribe, check out the links below to get these super cool decals, and we'll see you Sunday. Thanks.